Hey guys, it's me Darian, Beach Pokemon Master here. So I decided to do something a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more planned, so I can kind of clear my thoughts a little bit, if that makes any sense. Cause I've just been kind of making up this project I'm working on as I go. There's really no guidelines or rules or schedule or anything like that. It's just kind of just playing it by ear, making it up as I go, kind of thing. So, so I decided to kind of just sit down, kind of explain what I'm doing and what's changed and things like that kind of stuff. Because it's just I got 5 videos of what essentially. So I decided to play a game because why not? I mean, it's something to look at while I'm just shooting the shit about some stuff. So I decided to play Pokemon Stadium 2. So I'm gonna just dive into that right now, while I kind of just explain what my project even is, essentially, because I sort of just kind of jumped into the project with no explanation. So I got 4 videos of just me meeting random people and trading Pokemon, and it's oh, that's cool. So what is the deal behind that? And I kind of touched briefly on it on my first video when I got my Pikachu. But to kind of explain what I'm doing right now, it's so kind of wanted to do YouTube videos for a while and blah blah blah, but it's everybody and their mother wants to do that now. I mean, YouTube's super saturated and all that shit, so it's really hard to do anything and be noticed for doing anything, because everything's been practically done already. And you can understand how that can be kind of hard to kind of get recognized as far as YouTube media is concerned. So I kind of did my research. I mean, this was a project I've been working on for about 2 years now. Yep, 2 years. Or was it 2 years? Yeah, it was 2 years. It wasn't last summer, but the summer before, I started kind of compiling what I'm actually working out the plan and whatnot. And it started off really small. It was just supposed to be just a gameplay thing, just like everything else. But then it kind of as I kept at it and kept at it, it just kind of grew and grew and grew, and then it just kind of ended up being this thing that I'm doing now, where it's so I kind of expect most people who's watching this to be Pokemon fans, but since I'm in the infancy stage, I'm just kind of telling whoever. So kind of just touch base on just a few people who are watching who don't know what I'm doing. So essentially, there's Pokemon's been around 20 years. Everyone's seen it. Everyone knows what a Pikachu is, and all that shit. So but the series has gone on. There's been entries there was Red and Blue, and then Gold and Silver, but then it just kept going, kept going, kept going. So now there's 6 generations of games now, and in November we'll be going into our 7th entry, which is the upcoming Sun and Moon, which is I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I feel like I'm going to be picking the Sun version. I like that Lion Legendary. I'm going to and I also gonna pick that Fire Cat, because I mean, I guess it's just gonna be by Fire Cats kind of thing going on in that game. But so right now there's 721 Pokemon available, and there's gonna be more when Sun and Moon come out. So it's probably gonna break the 200, or the 800 mark. So that's a lot of goddamn Pokemon, right? So I wanted to do something on on YouTube, on because I like Pokemon, but it's what do I do that hasn't been done before? Well, if you I mean, that's a tall order we're talking about. This is the internet we're talking about. It's it's shit has been done. A lot of shit has been done in however many years. Mainstream internet has been a thing, right? And So like coming up with a new idea that hasn't been done before is pretty tough. So like, like I got some like I saw like a little of this and a little of that. Watched some other YouTubers and all this other stuff, but they all kind of had a lot of things in common that like, yeah, I like learned from them on like, what do you do to kind of like stand out. But then, I also learned like what not to do, which is what they're doing, because like, you know, why would you just want to see the same goddamn thing from another person, right? Like even like this gameplay thing, like it's not even something I really wanted to do, but I'm just kind of doing something as opposed to nothing, and trying to have some level of control over this whole, plan that really has no structure. So I guess the bottom line of what I'm doing is like, so yeah, there's 6 current entries and going on a 7th, all right, and each entry comes with like their new set of monsters and like a new set of, and it comes with new areas, and like all those areas are based on real places. Like for instance, like the 5th place is based on so like the 5th place is based on like New York, right? So and like the 6th place is France, and like the newest place coming out is Hawaii, which I think is pretty neat. I mean, it's kind of like an interesting environment, and I feel like the creatures that'll be there will have like a nice like look to the atmosphere they're in, kind of thing. But anyway, so what I want to do is I don't know, getting too into this. So anyway, sorry, brain fart. It's like 4:15 in the morning right now. I just kind of just did like 6 hours of like work, like computer work before starting to do this, and which is probably going to be like another hour of work after I'm done this. So like it's going to be like it's a long night for me, and I'm pretty tired, and that's why I kind of put on Pokemon Stadium, because I wanted to play like gold or silver or whatever, but like that's not happening today because like I'm pretty tired. Okay, so there's all these places. There's 6 of them. There's 700 things divided among these 6 places, and in all the continuity of Pokemon, like the manga, the games, the show, like even real life, there's no one that you would consider the Pokemon Master, which is kind of like the whole premise of like what the franchise is about, right? Like it's gotta catch them all, gotta be the very best, etc., etc. But like if you've actually like digested the lore and all that stuff, like no one's ever actually caught everything. It's always just been like, I don't know, like for instance, Ash, for instance, he doesn't even have 100 things, and even if you were to count every like the individual stages of the stuff that's like he's had that's like evolved and all that stuff, it still doesn't even break 100. And like then you go to like Red, and like it's depending on which Red you're talking about, it's still like he has a few hundred things, but he himself doesn't even have half. And yeah, sure, like there's all these like strong other characters like Lance and Blue, and like all of like the teams like Team Rocket and all these other characters that like they have some of them have good stuff, but other than that, they're not what I would call masters either. Like even still, like Lance and Steven Stone and all them are like they're champions but not masters, which is it's cool and all, but like you're not like it's not the same because they don't have everything. Like for instance, like Steven Stone, he doesn't use like every type of Pokemon. He uses like rock and steel and stuff. So he has some variations, but he still doesn't have like a lot of shit to brag about. You know what I mean? And so what I thought is like, okay, so I found this hole in the lore that hasn't been, capitalized on. No one's caught every Pokemon, and like there's this Pokemon Go thing coming out, and it's like that's all fine and dandy, but like I kind of like want to stick to just like the the product, right? You know, like it's the Nintendo brand and all that stuff. So you know, so I got like the system, I got Alpha Sapphire, I got, you know, I got the works, right? And so I got it like set, and like in my previous video that happened like on Saturday, like you saw that I was having a battle with someone, and that was actually my third battle since I started this. And so far my team's gone 3 for 3, and like. And like that team that you like overheard me talk about, like that's like my main team. Like that's just like, it's not great by any means and whatnot, but it's still like oh shit, I wasn't really paying attention to the fight, and my Suicune just killed everything. That's cool. Woo, got the Zypher badge. Didn't even know I was getting badges in this. Alright, well, let's keep battling. So yeah, where did I leave off? Oh yeah, so like I wanted to catch every Pokemon, and like I have my team, which was my Pikachu Atlas, my Blastoise Shellshocker, my Typhlosion Vesuvius, my Sceptile Kokiri, Gengar Thanatos, and my Caesar Arc. That's my team, because I feel like if I'm going to be like the Pokemon Master, I need like a team for like everyone to root for, because I got to go, not only am I just going to be trading with P or like trying to collect all the Pokemon, but I want to, you know, obviously battle people, and you know, like they're trained under like the Smogon like concepts, like, you know, they're strong, like I trained them to be good and whatnot, like I EV trained them in like the stats they excelled at and all that other stuff, but like if you were to like put my team and like go by like Smogon, which is like just like a Pokemon community that kind of like observes the metagame, because Pokemon's not a balanced game when it comes to facing each other, but that's another story. Point is if you were to put my team on like the tier system they have going on, like only like Gengar and Caesar would be technically the only good things on my team, and everything else would range from no okay to meh, which meh goes to Pikachu, because you're only as strong as your weakest link, which I did alright mid-training my Pikachu to make up for the fact that he kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I mean, if I'm going to be a Pokemon Master, I gotta have fucking Pikachu on my team, because every other fucking main character has a Pikachu. Like Ash has a Pikachu, Red has a Pikachu, fucking everyone has a goddamn Pikachu. So I feel like I had to be another one of those guys who had to have Pikachu as well, right? I mean, like, makes sense, and you know, switch out, because why not? So I decided I wanted my big project is like I want to go to all the 1-to-1 scale versions of the Pokemon regions, right? I want to, you know, go to Kanto, which is in like Japan. I want to go to New York and France and all that, and get all the Pokemon from those regions, right? But that's a tall order, right? Like that's kind of biting off more than I can chew, sort of thing. So I'm kind of doing a small scale version where it's like I do like I'm from Canada, right? So like we have provinces lined up side by side, right? And I'm from Manitoba, and I'm treating that province as the Kanto region. And so I'm looking for like 151 people to trade with, right? And you know, fill the decks. And like I'm doing it as in like I need one of everything, and I can't just be like, oh, I have like a Zubat and it like evolved into Golbat, and it's like, oh, it's all done. No, I have to have both Zubat and Golbat. And so you know what I mean? Like I have to have every single thing from each region, and I want to do that for like each province is you know, a region. So like when I'm done here, it'll be like, what did I do? I wasn't paying attention. Whatever. So like Manitoba is the Kanto region, and then like after that, Saskatchewan would be the Johto region, and then Alberta Hoenn, and so on and so forth, until, you know, I went coast to coast. Like it's going from like starting here, heading to Vancouver, to catch the first 4 gens of Pokemon, and then not that. What the fuck? Oh, my thing. Did my thing faint? Oh shit, it did. So yeah, I want to get the first 4 gens going from like Manitoba to Vancouver, and then it's going to be a little bit of backtracking to go back from Vancouver back to here, so I can like catch my breath and all that stuff, and really like think about what I'm what my next plan is, because I follow up by going Toronto, Quebec to do the next 2 regions, Unova and Kalos and whatnot. And I'm obviously like Gen 7 is gonna come out like while I'm doing this, so like I got to figure out which province I'm gonna pick for that one. It's still kind of up in the air for the time being until it's a bit more developed. I'm still in like the infancy stages of what I'm doing. Like I have like if you've watched anything that I've done and you're watching this, then I have 5 so far. So it's kind of not going super fast. But like I didn't expect it to go super fast. This is a big project, and it's like finding like 151 people with a 3DS, a Gen 6 game, and like 151 people I don't even know. Like the first like 3 that I got was from people I knew, but like I personally don't have like a lot of friends that have like a 3DS and Pokemon, or even interested in Pokemon, let alone like wanting to help me with this kind of stuff, right? Like they kind of like give me support and stuff, like it was like, yeah, Darian, you can do it, blah, 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 blah. And that's all fine and dandy, but like that's not helping me fill the decks anytime soon, right? And then I got that Abra, and that Abra was a complete accident. Like I didn't plan that at all. I was just hanging out. I was in that Ray building that I mentioned before, and I saw him like just sitting on the computer one day, and I was just like, he was like on the Cerebi site, and I just like, oh, this guy's like, if he's on Cerebi, then he kind of knows like a little bit of like not just plays Pokemon, but knows a little bit more of the detail kind of stuff because he's looking for stuff. So I approached him, and I was like, hey, do you play Pokemon? Do you have it? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, yeah, I have my game on me right now. It's like, oh, man. He just became super important without even realizing it. So, briefly explained to him what I'm doing. It's a little bit more summed up than what I'm doing right now. But he was okay with it. Yeah, as you know, so I gave him the Greninja, and he gave me the Abra. And like that's kind of how that went. And then I didn't have anything for like 2 months, which was just brutal. But like I was in like the middle of moving. I was in the middle of like I had quit one job and then moved into another job, and then that job was like all just a gong show, and I'm not even gonna get into that. But point is now it's summer, and like I've just kind of been like busting my ass off for the last like year and a half or so, and like this is like the first summer I've like had to like relax in like 3 years or something like that. So like I'm just kind of taking a break this summer. I want to focus on this for a bit, take care of myself with the resources I have at my disposal. Not that it's like super difficult. I've been doing all right so far. I'm still breathing and shit, so I must be doing something right. But yeah. So, but after I I moved, I settled down. I got I was able to catch my breath and like relax. I moved I moved here about a few 3-4 weeks ago, but like that was just like 4 weeks of like recuperating from like months and months and months of bullshit that I just really don't want to get into. But point is, like, I took my break, and then I got back on the bandwagon, and I actually bumped into one of my buddies on Saturday, which is when I ran into Cassidy that day. And once again, that was not planned. Huge accident. What happened was I ran into him like off chance. Like I don't ever just bump into this guy, and like I bumped into him. And you actually see him in the video. He kind of pokes his head off to the side. He's like the guy with the long hair and whatnot. So I came with him, and he was like, "Oh yeah," I was like on my way to a convention, and like, I have today's the free day to that convention. It's like, oh, I was like, oh well, I got nothing going on. I'll tag along, man. Why not? Like, what do I got to lose except literally nothing? So I went there, and like it was like I said, it was at the Radisson, but it was on the 11th floor, and like I roamed around, saw like what they had to offer, and it looks like a loss, but that's all right. I don't really care. Um, but essentially, I saw like Cassidy, and she was clearly wearing like that Team Rocket cosplay thing, and I was like, okay, well, thanks for breaking the ice for me. I don't really have to put any effort into asking you if you play Pokemon, because it's pretty freaking obvious that you do. So what do you obviously I was just like, okay, so broke the ice, shot the shit. I was like, okay, so what do you do here? And she's like, oh, I do like air tattoos or airbrush tattoos and Pokemon stuff. And oh, I have my game and I have my competitive team here. And I'm like, oh, really? You have your competitive team here? At the time didn't have my DS on me. I had to go to my place and pick it up, which was just like a couple blocks from like where the Radisson was. So it wasn't even like a huge deal. It took me like an hour to kind of get all that organized and whatnot, and get my computer and all that stuff so I can record that, whatever that was. I mean, like, I'm just kind of making this up as I go with with the resources I have right now. As the way I see it, something's better than nothing, and it just I mean, like, yeah, I don't have a game capture card or for like a DS or anything like that, or a mic or whatever. But the point is like I have things now, and it's like I might as well use these things, and like, because this is gonna be a big project anyway. So like it's just gonna get better anyway as I keep at it and all that other stuff. So I'll just make do with what I got and all this other stuff, all that jazz and blah blah blah. But so I came back, did the battle, did the trade, and then, as you heard throughout the thing, that she was part of the Manitoba Pokemon League, which I had no idea was a thing until I went there, and like I was like, okay, well I'll battle you and I'll trade with you, and then I'll enter your little league and I'll face your 8 gym leaders. So I kind of just got the lineup today, as of like what are the 8 gym leaders. They were just kind of like going day by day of like who is in there and whatnot, like who the gym leaders are and what the types are. My first impression on the types, they're I know I'm gonna have difficulties taking all 8 of them on. Like I said, my team's not great. Like, I honestly don't think I felt like I should have won against Cassidy, because Cassidy had I feel like she had a way better team than I did. I mean, it's like, what can you do? I mean, I have a fucking Pikachu on my team. How fucking great can my team possibly be? And like, I was really surprised when I like turned it around and actually won, because it was like my Typhlosion kind of like turned it around with like the extra sensory on that Tentacruel, and then like it got knocked out, and then I played Gengar, and then Gengar just swept through, Gyarados and Weezing and Venomoth. So just like my Gengar just knocked down half her team just by itself, and tables turned, and I won, obviously. And I guess like I treated that as like, I did mention that there was a technicality that happened, and like I didn't get the current gym badge kind of thing, even though like, because like what happened was like the team she had was the team from the like last year, she was saying, and like I know Smogon a little bit, and I know like the competitive play and all that stuff, and like just to like briefly explain what happened on that technicality, because like it was just kind of on her team. I was okay with it regardless, because I was just wanting just to battle, so I didn't care one way or another with like what the technicality was. But I guess like since I was playing for a gym badge, I guess I had to like things. And like what, and that technicality was on the Venomoth, and the Venomoth had like there's a clause in the competitive like tournament thing, like you can't have a single Pokemon can't have Baton Pass, the ability to raise its speed, and another stat all in one. Like it can't have that because it's like ridiculously broken. I know this because I used to be really bad for this, because my choice of doing this fuckery was Ninjask, because it had the speed boost, the Baton Pass, and the Swords Dance, and anyone who plays competitive knows exactly what I'm talking about, because I would follow up with Machamp or Dragonite or whatever, and just, double attack, triple speed, punch everything, win, essentially. So, and she had that. So I faced her, and she had the advantage on me, and I still was able to beat her, just, regardless of the fact that she had that broken mechanic on her team. And, like, I don't like Quiver Dance. Quiver Dance, like, annoys the hell out of me, because, like, Volcarona has it, and Volcarona is the one that is really bad for it. But, like, Venomoth, since she was the Poison Gym, she had the she was using Venomoth, who also knows Quiver Dance, and that was what it was. And I just made do with what was happening there, because she doesn't have at that time she didn't have her team made up for like this year's gym league kind of thing. And like I said earlier, I got the lineup of what the types are. So I'll be posting a link into that thing down there where you put stuff, and it'll show the lineup. I'll tell you the types. They have there's Psychic, obviously Poison, Dark, Electric, Flying, Ground, and Water. Those are the types. Damn, that's loud. One sec, just gotta turn this off. Don't know why I'm getting emails at like 4:45. But anyway, yeah, alright, we'll go with that. And like, so I saw the teams, and like on top of knowing all the types, I got to see one Pokemon on each of their teams, to kind of give me like a little bit of knowledge is power. The more I know, the better I can be prepared when I go and fight these guys. So, my first impressions on the gym leaders is that I feel like the Ground gym leader. Oh, and there's Steel. I forgot. There's a Steel gym leader as well. There's So I feel like Ground is going to be pretty annoying, because that guy has a Garchomp, and I just don't like fighting Garchomp, because I don't even need to explain why if you play the game. And like I said what my team was, so you can totally see why I don't want to fucking deal with that. And then the Steel gym, I think I'm going to have an issue with, just because Steel is super resistant to a lot of things. I only have Typhlosion as means of really dealing with them. My Blastoise has Aura Sphere, I guess, but like that's really just it as far as like being able to directly deal with them. I guess Sceptile knows Earthquake, but I don't really know if that's going to be like enough to like deal with just like that kind of shit. And like the Steel guy is pretty annoying, just because like he's got the Pokemon I saw him with was Excadrill, and I'm not overly fond of Excadrill either when it comes to facing him, mainly due to the fact that he's got Mold Breaker, so he can like hit my Gengar with Earthquake, which is just a big pile of nope. Plus, like, despite how like Excadrill looks, he's pretty fucking fast. So like, it's gonna be tough to outspeed just like that thing. Plus, like, I know how annoying Steel is. Steel is one of my favorite types, and like I have Caesar on my team, and he's like one of the best fucking Steel types in the game. So, next to Aegislash and fucking Excadrill and Skarmory and all that shit. So like, that's just gonna be, that is what it is, I suppose. I mean, I gotta, keep in mind on like that kind of stuff. Also, Cassidy mentioned it when I faced her, but like each of the gym leaders have like a, what is it? They have 4 of their type and then 2 alternates, which is like why I was facing a Gyarados and an Escavalier on what's her? Fuck. Excadrill. I am tired. Probably shouldn't have done this at 5 in the morning, but what can you do? So I have all these types of gyms to worry about, but yeah, and then they have their 2 alternates that I have to worry about, like essentially they're wild cards, and like I don't know what to expect. Like, for their wild cards, will I have something to be able to take them on? Will I be just completely fucked because I was not prepared for whatever they threw at me? Because, like, it's their wild cards. They got 2 of them. They could be anything. Anything that's not on the banned list. Which is like, long story short, anything that's as strong as Mewtwo, essentially. And then on top of those 2 guys, then there's the flying gym leader. That's probably going to be one of my biggest concerns as well, simply because, flying is just the most versatile type. It's paired with fucking everything, essentially. I think it's like one of the only types that's paired with every type. So there's that. Like, if you're paired with every type, you can pretty much cover any weakness that you need to deal with. Like, things that annoy me are like, I don't know if, are there any things that are ground flying that aren't Landorus? I kind of want to check, but yeah, I'll do it another time. But it's just, there's other things like Zapdos. Zapdos is like another example of our Emolga, which is just like a weaker electric flying thing. But that's just another case of, like the canceling out of the weakness kind of thing. So like, I know if I'm going to be fighting the flying gym leader, I'm going to have to like, think outside the box, because it's not going to just be as simple as throwing Pikachu at them and just thunderbolting all of them. It's just not going to be that easy. So I feel like I just gotta something. I mean, like, I wasn't expecting to be facing 8 gym leaders. I wasn't expecting to be going towards a real life Elite Four. Like, this whole plan was just to collect Pokemon, and now it's like, oh well, guess what? We're doing this now. I hope it's like, oh, okay, I guess but sure, I'm part of your thing. I'll be part of your thing, because I have next to no leads as to find more Pokemon. And if, at the very least, if I'll be able to get a Pokemon from each of these gym leaders, I would think. I mean, I got one from the Poison gym leader, so that's good, I guess. I mean, still not going as fast as I'd like it to go, but at least I got something after like a bit of a drought. So like, that's kind of what like reinvigorated me a little bit in the past 2 months, was that random event of getting that Tentacool. Because like, sure, it's just a Tentacool, but like, that was just like perfect timing. Like, the whole thing was so coincidental and accidental that I might as well just capitalize on this situation here. Like, I'm part of their little group. Well, I wouldn't say it's little. It's a fair size, I would say, for what that's worth. I mean, there are almost like 100 people in there, so that's pretty big, I guess. I mean, like, theoretically speaking, if I was able to speak to, like, if I was to come in contact with at least, what is it? Like, if I come in contact, like, theoretically with every person in there, that's like already like 2/3 of the fucking problem solved. I have 100 Pokemon just through these people alone. Oh wow, I'm surprised they stood through that. But like I said, like I don't know what to expect. I don't know how to like approach these things. I'm just playing it by ear. That's all I can really do. There's not really like there's a fucking instruction manual on how to do this. Like, what can I do? How do I be a Pokemon trainer when I'm not actually in a video game? Yeah. Maybe if I Google it. Oh wait, no one's done it. So like, and like then now we got this Pokemon Go thing happening, and everyone's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm a Pokemon trainer, and this, that, and the other thing. I know exactly what I'm doing, but it's like, it's not quite the same because like I'm the big plan is like I gotta drop everything I'm doing. Like I gotta fucking go coast to coast across this goddamn country for the small scale version. And that's just the fucking small scale version. Like that's gonna be a lot of work just in itself. And then I gotta do it all of it again for the big scale version where I could like go around the world and do all of that. But like that's so down the road at this point that like I can't even think about the big scale version. I can't even think about the whole thing that is the small scale version because I still gotta worry about just this place first. Like I feel like I can't like I don't feel like I'll have as much traction for a while until like I have a considerable amount of Pokemon collected so far, and like 5. Like, that's not a thing to brag about. Like, and, I also want to make something clear. My team doesn't count towards the, collecting all of them. Like, that was kind of, like, shown off a little bit in the, in, like, the first episode when I got Pikachu. Because it was, like, I already have Pikachu. But I wanted to just kind of verify that, like, my team doesn't count. I trained my team. I just wanted to have a team for the adventure. I didn't want to have to like start with nothing and then like have to make a team out of nothing, because like if I was to make a team with what I have right now, my team would be Pikachu, Tentacool, fucking Zubat, Cubone, and Abra. Wow, super exciting. I mean, like and I wouldn't be able to compete in this fucking Pokemon League with that. It's just impossible to do that. Especially like these guys are trained to be, Smogon fighters, which is that's a whole like you want to know all that shit. There's the URL up there. Just go search up Smogon stuff. You can go find out all you need to know about that shit. I'm not even touching that right now at like whatever time in the morning. Like, what time is it? Fucking 5 o'clock. And like let me just quickly, I don't even know who I grabbed. I just randomly press buttons. So shit. What else? I think after this fight I'm just gonna like bail and like I don't know, I just think I'm gonna do like a quick fight and just like fight with a random team or some shit. Oh look, Haunter. But yeah, so it's kind of like a weird thing I got going on. I mean, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to fucking plan. Oh yeah, I guess this is Gen 2, so I suppose I can do this. So I don't know, like, I just don't know. I don't. Okay, like I got step 1, make the plan, and then step 2, something about the plan. Step 3, the plan gets done. So, I mean, I'm so alone on this. This is a big project. I mean, like when it comes to like the big gaming community and like the fucking just the Pokemon community itself, like I'm trying to fucking set a milestone in a franchise that has been asking of this from all of us for like 20 years now, and no one's done it. And I'm just sitting here like, well, everything else I've done has been just ranged from meh to terrible, so why not try this and see where this goes, right? And like, I guess like I mean like a plan's better than nothing, I guess, right? Like I got something going to like work for, right? Something like the adventure. The adventure is nice. Like having an adventure is great, but like if you everybody wants an adventure, but how do you like people don't realize like the best adventures are like you need like a quest, an objective, something that you need to do. You need to like and like is this a need? Maybe. I mean, this is like the only thing I got going on as far as like a plan. I mean, 22, no kids, car, bills, shit all. I mean, I pay rent and like that's it. I mean, I've just had jobs and like I'm still, I mean, like it's like keep doing what I'm doing and just be stuck in this situation or just do like this shit and see where it goes. Cause like, you know what? I have a great time doing this. Like that battle with Cassidy, that was fun. I had a great time doing that battle with Cassidy. And you know what? I'm looking forward to battling her again. Cause you know what? I'm sure she's going to want to get back at me for beating her unexpectedly like that. I mean, I wasn't expecting to win. I'm just some guy who showed up at the convention and was like, let's battle, and then won, and then she turned out to be a gym leader, so now I have to go face her again, and I'm sure she's not going to let that happen again, and I have no idea what her team's going to be like, except that I know that her Weezing's coming back. That's all I know about her new team. As far as I know, for like all I could know is that she could probably have the same exact fucking team, except the Venomoth has changed. Maybe the Mon entirely, or maybe just the moves, but what is this? I don't know. I guess I don't know. Just a lot of I don't knows. Just wording all hours of the night into a fucking monitor. Maybe cross my finger people will listen or not. That's cool too. I mean, keeps me busy. I mean, this is my summer. This is my goddamn summer for once. So, like, if I want to be a goddamn Pokemon trainer, I'll be a goddamn Pokemon trainer, and no one's going to tell me I can't. And, like, we live in a really weird time, like, where being a Pokemon trainer is just something you can do. Because internet. I mean, look at YouTube. It's the new TV. If you can do something, you have the resources, if you can fucking fake it enough to get the shit you need, you can literally, like that fucking bullshit they told us you could be anything you want, that was bullshit back then, because it really wasn't really the case. But now it's literally something you can do whatever you want. Like, imagine fucking, let's see, it's 2016, so, imagine 10 years ago, 2006. So just before, like, mainstream internet, and like imagine me trying to explain that like I wanted to be a Pokemon trainer 10 years ago. Like I'd be fucking laughed at. Like, come on, buddy. Like everybody wanted to be a Pokemon trainer, but like you need money and you need to how you gonna live and where you gonna stay and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, it's a fair point. I mean, things were a lot less weird 10 years ago, and now things are extremely fucking weird because the internet's so, like, ingrained in everything. Like, there's fucking people just making money eating fucking peppers. There's fucking people making money just, like, making cookies or pancakes or fucking watching another person's videos. Like, for some reason, that's a thing you can do. People are fucking... They don't need to fucking break into those, brackets to get into those things they want, like animating. Like, you don't need, people are just doing it because they can do it. They don't need this, like, sure, they can go to school if they want, but they don't need to go to school to do that. They can just do it, and then, you know, go to school if they want to, like, have a piece of paper that says, oh yeah, I can do it, or have, you know, or learn some shit that they just probably couldn't pick up from just, you know, trial and error, which is what is pretty much everything I'm doing right now. Like, excuse me. La 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 la. And I don't know. I don't even know really what I'm talking about. Just kind of babbling. I just kind of just like, like I'm fucking, like, I don't, like, I may not be doing anything super exciting with my life, but I still pulled a fucking 8-hour shift on my own account doing this shit. Like, fucking 6 hours. I literally had to fucking, because, like, I don't have fancy programs. I don't have this or that and all that other stuff, but that does whatever. I still got things that I can use to do stuff with, and like I literally had to just, ooh, I got a Remoraid, and all right, and come on, pick the thing. All right, so yeah, like. I don't know. I'm clearly very tired, and like it's almost shit. It's almost 6 o'clock, and fuck. All right. Well, I guess that was enough. I think this is a little bit enough babbling. So I guess I'll just like do this match and like maybe do something. Like maybe go to bed. maybe make breakfast since it's like 6 in the morning, and then go to bed. Cause like shit, I'm fucking tired. I'm probably gonna set my alarm. Fucking roam around Winnipeg, kind of see what I can do, find people. Fuck, this finding people shit is just the fucking hardest shit. Like, cause it's like sure, like there's, like I don't, like there's not really a lot of like Winnipeg like Pokemon meetups for the games. I find like there's this Pokemon League thing, but I just found out about it. I've never heard about it until like Saturday, but it's not like there's like a bunch of hobby shops all over the city. Like there's like with like Pokemon themed type of shit to do, but it's all like trading card stuff and all that other stuff. And a lot of people don't bring their DSs, or they don't have the current copies or whatever, right? And plus, you know, getting around, trying to maintain like a good balance with myself on top of doing this, because this is a lot of work. Like it's not just fun in games, even though like when it is fun in games it's a fucking blast, but it's like this is even though I'm not getting super paid, like really getting paid for it right now, it's still like my job. So it's fucking work, and it's exhausting. Like I have to go to the fucking all ends of the city and like fucking fuck all most of the time, but like that's all right. Not like that's a problem. It's just like I have to maintain, like I just gotta keep upkeep, right? You know, gotta like eat right. I gotta like, you know, stretch. I gotta like take care of my body. Gotta make sure everything in my head's okay. Because like as soon as like anything goes out of balance with myself, then the whole thing goes to shit, right? Like I could get like overwhelmed, depressed, or like, you know, anxious or whatever. Like anything could happen if I don't take care of just myself while I'm doing this. So like sure, I could walk all around the goddamn city all day every day for fucking all 7 days a week, but like that's taxing. It'll be taxing because I only like I can only make do with what I got, right? You know, you're just like fucking juggling, blah 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 blah. But as long as they keep at it, it should be fine. I mean, what do I got my alarm set for? I have my alarm set because I don't, even though I got plan on going to bed and stayed up late. Forgot I was playing Pinch Out. yeah, it's like, let me just double check. So I got my alarm set for, oh, it's just going on to 5 now. What the fuck is that? Oh, right, I forgot to change the fucking time on that. So it's only like 5, but still fucking tired. But I have my alarm set for 9. But I might, I think I'll set it for like 10. Like early, late, it's not quite noon, but I'll still be able to get like at least 5 hours of sleep. I got like 5 hours of sleep last night because I was fucking working on shit on here. Fucking doing like photo editing stuff for like that Pokémon League shit, trying to get their attention. Like, I don't know, I could just like throw some links down there or whatever. Maybe I can do like, maybe there's an annotation over here or over there. You know what? I'll try out the annotation thing. If there's nothing over here, that's because I was lazy and didn't put it there. But if you like, maybe check here, you'll find like something I was just working on. It's nothing too complex, but it's a thing. I mean, I don't have fancy dancy programs right now, and I'm sure like I can just torrent all of it, but it's just like, reasons. And I just got this computer. Don't really feel like putting viruses on it right now. I'd rather just wait until I find someone I know who can do it properly. Like, I don't know, somebody. Someone who's better with computers than I am. Not that I'm like inept with computers, it's just there's people who are clearly better at computers than I am when it comes to like doing shit without, aw man, this should suck. Okay, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to, no, not that. There we go. I want to, oh shit, I got like nothing left. Alright, so yeah, I guess I'm gonna die just because I'm just babbling and not really doing anything except flame wheeling a fucking water type for no reason. So I guess I'll end it off here for now. I'll try and stay posted as much as I can. I mean, like I said, there's no schedule. There's no routine, no fucking like consistency. So like remember like 2 months ago I fucking got boom boom boom. I got 4 Pokemon back to back, but then I went up 2 months without finding another one. So it's like, you know, like I don't know what to fucking expect for the next little while, but you know, I don't know. I'll probably do like this sort of like thing again, just like to kind of fill up some space. I'm thinking about, you know, like if things start getting a little stagnant and nothing's really happening, I'll try and like fill in my channel with like just stuff and, you know, just things and stuff. Oh man, I'm fucking tired. But yeah, I guess I'm Darian, champ in the making. I'll see you when I see you, 'cause you know, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. So